look at this.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Isn't it great?
Chris.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to the final episode of our Tesla Roofless project. We like to keep things short and sweet, unlike some other YouTube builders out there. So last time we left off, we just chopped the roof off a Model 3. What started as a joke for the upcoming SoCal EV Fest turned into this wild Tesla Roofless project. We decided to go all out and create something flashy, maybe even a bit over the top, without breaking the bank. And it did catch people's attention. Let's recap the journey. There was that moment of no return, the critical moment, when we tossed the roof in the trash. Then came those awesome wheels that we painted gold with just $10 worth of spray paint. Oh, and those red seat covers we almost threw away? They ended up being the perfect quick fix for the damaged seats. Parts were a challenge since, well, roofless Teslas aren't exactly common. But in just 3 days, our creation was ready to hit the streets and turn heads. Our first test drive in the harsh California weather conditions proved we hadn't completely sacrificed safety. But for the next event, we wanted to take it up a notch. We're talking new paint, new interior, new wheels, new everything. First things first though, we had to bring the tech back. We only had 3 weeks to transform this DIY project into something that looked factory fresh. So, we invited guys from Asphalt Garage for 3D scanning and printing. Absolute professionals in their field. Give them a follow on Instagram, you won't be disappointed. During the initial 3D scanning, they used stickers to map out all the parts left behind after our enthusiastic roof removal. These stickers are super important in order to design custom covers to hide all those rough edges. It's not that slap some cardboard patch strategy. No, we were going full on high tech with 3D printed parts. Then we rolled the car on the framing machine because of a couple of pesky dents that we didn't have a chance to fix before the previous event. That time we swapped out all the parts that needed replacing, sure. But to really make it shine, we had to strip it down again. And once we were done, we had to put everything back together, making sure that those panel gaps are tighter than Tesla's quality control. And see that little bump over there? That had to go too. The bumper was hanging on by a self-tapping screw. Since this isn't just a quick YouTube fix, we were going for perfection here. So, okay, the most important part. The central pillar. Remember when we yanked that out? Some people riled up saying we had turned our smart Tesla into a not-so-smart Tesla. Challenge accepted. So here's the deal with the camera. We had to relocate it to the front pillar. Same angle as before. Precision is key here. Next up, the guys from Asphalt Garage made a custom 3D part for the front pillar. It had to seamlessly integrate that camera. Sleek and sneaky. But before we all got too excited, we had to calibrate that camera to ensure that autopilot works properly. Actually, we had already done a quick and dirty test with metal beams and sticky tape. And guess what? Autopilot was running smoothly as well as the full self-driving. With removed front seats, the car felt really comfy. Perfect for holding parades, if that's your thing. Now, choosing the interior color was a big decision. We were going for exotic car vibes, so bright and sun-resistant leather was a perfect decision. We had several options of perforation to choose from. Back in the days, when we were upholstering our projects, we'd always ended up with the stitching running right over the perforation. And we had to redo everything again and again. Thankfully, now lasers do all the work so that the perforation and stitches stay where they belong. Good news. The 3D printed parts arrived. This one should be positioned above the windshield. Here is the slot for the camera. In such a position, it completely replicates the position it used to have on the center pillar. And now, as to the new 3D parts that were supposed to go to the back, this is what the first version looked like. It was basically just a plate made of noise and vibration isolation materials, which hid what was left from removing the car's roof. And this is the final version. Dramatic change, isn't it? Note that it even has a slot for the safety belt. With just 2 weeks left before the Tesla takeover, we were in a crunch mode. We decided to use staggered rotiform wheels. We installed the 3D printed parts and even brought the autopilot back to life. Take that, skeptics. This car is the perfect mix of cutting-edge tech and absolute wildness. It might not keep you dry in the rain, but it'll definitely turn heads wherever you go. Watch this. Another turn. Easily. Dodge. For Dodge owners, we offer these signature t-shirts available at our shop. Tomorrow, this car will be the coolest Model 3 on the planet, rivaled only by our other creation, Cyber 3. That's right. Any Model 3 you've seen with an awesome, unique look, chances are we made it. We had just 2 days left to turn this car into a true masterpiece, meaning interior, wheels, spacers, carbon fiber, grille, assembly, wiring, troubleshooting, in addition to some polishing and other little surprises that always pop up along the way. The sleek Alcantara console. And these floor mats? The team from Glendale really outdid themselves. The rim color matched perfectly with the interior leather. We got some more black Alcantara pieces, including these stylish sun visors. And the fog lights? They're not just beautiful, they're top of the line. The back seat arrived earlier because it had to be connected with a bunch of our custom 3D printed parts. We were still waiting on the front seats that were supposed to be the final touch. The material? We decided to go with some very luxurious Napa leather in a striking Lamborghini color. All the 3D printed parts crafted specifically for this vehicle. They were designed, manufactured, and fitted to perfection, going through several redesigns along the way. These were truly fully fledged engineering products. As the morning rolled in, we had 8 hours left until assembly was complete. So, what was left to do? While the car might not have looked dramatically different at first glance, a lot had been done. A new console in place, clean look, and all the plastics assembled. The wheels were ready. We also had chosen some impressive carbon parts to install. We opted for mirrors that weren't just overlays but complete replacements for the original caps. The spoiler we selected replicated the original shape but was crafted from forged carbon, adding a unique touch. The wheels were equipped with sensors and lightweight spacers at the back to give them a wider stance. To make this work, we needed to slightly modify the rims so that the studs would stick out properly. Our rims were designed for both 114.3 and 112 bolt patterns. Yes, ensuring compatibility is the key. We also customized hubcaps with a special branded sticker that matched our style. The standard white caps felt a bit dull, so we made sure these new ones added some flair. The new sofa-like seat fit perfectly in the car, and everything else fell into place beautifully. Even the dust-tinted glass matched perfectly with the matte black moldings. Carbon elements installed too. When we finally installed the front seats, it was like unveiling a work of art. They looked absolutely stunning. Without them, it had been hard to visualize how everything would come together, but now it all made sense. The Alcantara dashboard instantly elevated the interior appearance. Everything just looked so much more expensive and sophisticated. As we had to make more than 200 miles to the place of destination, we rented out a trailer and wrapped it up. By 10 p.m., after polishing everything up, the build looked fantastic. The headlights new and gleaming. We took a moment to admire how well everything fit together. The seams were perfect, and even the camera looked as if it was born in the front pillar. The custom 3D parts came out flawless, as well as all the flowing lines. A factory look indeed. All right, buckle up for the grand finale of our Tesla roofless adventure. We slapped those rear wheels on and they fit like a glove in those arches. It's like they were meant to be there all along. With just a couple of hours until departure, we were in a race against time. We had to hit the road with chargers, aiming for a 6-hour journey. The roll-in was scheduled for 9 a.m., which meant we were looking at a lovely 3 a.m. departure. Fast forward to 11:45 p.m., and we loaded up our creation onto the trailer. And just like that, our little bird was nestled in its mobile nest. Looks like we did it. Flash forward to the event site, and we unloaded what was undoubtedly the coolest car on the premises. Everything shimmering and shining. We call it the successful success. Looking at our creation, it's hard not to feel the pride. Sure, there are plenty of beautiful cars around, but how many can boast so many never-before-seen features? It's like our team has created a rolling museum of innovation. In the end, it's almost magical how everything fell into place. The mats, The interior, the seats, the wheels, the cameras, everything.